final preparations for the new wedding. Every morning, when the light quietly reaches the edge of the sky, when the first soft whisper of dawn brushes the sleeping world, my thoughts travel instantly to you. Not because I must think of you, but because loving you has become the most natural rhythm of my breathing. If love had a purpose, mine would be simple and clear. To brighten your days the way sunrise brightens the sea, to protect your happiness like a gentle shelter during the rain, and to remind you again that you are never alone in this vast universe. I want to be the calm in your storms, the warmth in your coldest evenings, the quiet reassurance when the world feels too heavy. Not for one moment, not for one season, but for every ordinary and extraordinary day that time decides to give us, because caring for you is not something I consider a burden or obligation. It is the greatest privilege life has ever placed in my hands. When I think of your laughter, the way it rises freely, like a bird escaping into open, my heart becomes lighter. It reminds me that joy exists. Even in the smallest corners of life, your presence has a strange magic, not loud like thunder, but gentle like moonlight. It quietly transforms everything. The ordinary becomes special, silence becomes meaningful, and even a simple moment feels like a treasure. Sometimes I sit alone and remember your smile, that bright, charming spark that could soften the hardest day. It is a smile that carries warmth, kindness, and a kind of beauty that no artist could fully capture. And I realize how much I miss it. Not just the smile itself, but the feeling it creates. A peaceful warmth spreading slowly through my heart, like sunlight touching a quiet garden. If distance places miles between us, it cannot weaken what I feel, because affection like this does not depend on closeness of hands. It lives deeper than that. It exists in the invisible threads that connect two hearts across time, space, and silence. When night falls and the sky fills with countless stars, I sometimes imagine each star as a small message of love traveling endlessly toward you, each one carrying a simple wish. May you always feel valued. May you always feel protected. May your heart always know peace. And if one day life becomes difficult, if shadows gather around your path, remember that somewhere there is a heart whose greatest wish is simply to see you smile again, because your happiness is not just something I admire, it is something I treasure. Your joy feels like sunlight to my soul. Your sadness feels like rain on my window. Your dreams feel like distant horizons. I want to help you reach, in a world that moves too quickly, where people often forget how important kindness is. You are a gentle reminder that beauty still lives in sincere hearts. You have a way of making the world feel softer, brighter, more hopeful. And loving you feels like discovering a peaceful place hidden in the middle of chaos. I do not promise perfection. No human heart can offer that. But I promise sincerity. I promise loyalty. I promise a love that continues quietly growing, even in silence. I promise to celebrate your victories as if they were my own, to support your dreams even when the road feels uncertain, to stand beside you, not only in joyful moments, but also in the difficult chapters, because true affection is not proven only during sunshine. It proves itself when storms arrive. If I could give you something greater than words, I would give you peace, a calm assurance that no matter where life leads you, you will always have someone who believes in you completely, someone who sees the goodness in your heart, even when the world fails to notice, someone who remembers how your smile can brighten an entire day. And yes, I miss that smile more than words can explain. It lives in my memory, like a favorite melody that plays softly inside my mind. I miss the way it appears, without warning, the way it brings light into ordinary moments. But missing you does not bring sadness alone. It also reminds me how meaningful your presence is, because not every person we meet leaves such a lasting warmth in our lives. You did. You brought something rare, a gentle joy that quietly settled into my heart. And now, every day, my silent promise remains the same: to wish for your happiness, to care for your heart, to protect the beautiful light that makes you who you are, whether we speak every moment or share only quiet thoughts across distance. My feelings remain steady, like a lighthouse beside the sea, standing patiently through wind, darkness, and time. Because some forms of love are not loud declarations, they are quiet promises. Promises to stay kind, promises to stay loyal, promises to keep caring, even when no one else sees. And my promise is simple: as long as days continue to rise and nights continue to fall, there will always be a heart somewhere in this world sending you silent wishes of happiness. A he